guys. It means a lot to us to come here and pick up your wisdom, and especially to share with my son as we get older and talk about being fathered by God. But last week I really felt the nudge to come up here and share something. So last year I got out of the Army, I came back, and I really felt this pull to go to man school. And if you get out the Army, you might not want to get up that early, but I was like, you gotta get up early, you gotta come. So I started showing up, and for weeks the Lord is just like, just be quiet, sit here. And it really sunk in. I was here because of the whole being fathered by God. And we talked about it one day. Richard challenged us to ask God to father you in areas where you feel weak, where you really want to grow. And one of those areas always been, I wanted to hunt, so I can relate to you and talk about that. And I wanted to fish. And I had no clue how to do it, but I said I'm going to be all in, trust God, and learn how to do it. So I started praying, and next thing you know, Ken Himes shows up. And it was God. I don't know how it happened. We just started talking to each other, and a friendship developed. And somehow we started talking about oysters, which is something I said I would never eat. 2 weeks later, I'm eating oysters with Ken Himes. We started talking about fishing. And he said, well, you know, I used to live in this area. I can get you to a lake and get you to go fishing. And then Richard Peters encouraged me to always connect with your dad as well as you grow. So beautiful thing happened. We got to go fishing, and my dad was there.
Outstanding.
Yeah. But if you know, it takes a lot to fish. And I had no clue. He gave me a list of stuff. You know, I'm doing the whole poser, like, yeah, I know what this is. I know what this is. And he's like, what I really appreciate Ken for, instead of going with me, he's like, just go and have somebody show you. So I went to Walmart, sitting in the car, I'm just like, God, I trust you. You're going to bring somebody that knows exactly what I need today. So as soon as I walked in, I see this guy. He looked like Larry the Cable Guy. And I felt the connection. It was weird. You know, we were in the produce section, and I felt you need to talk to him. Poser showed up. I'm like, well, I'm just going to walk down the fishing aisle, and I'll figure it out. So I went to the fishing aisle. Walmart has a lot of options. I didn't know this. So I'm standing there just looking lost. Like, man, what do I do? Well, I remember Ken saying, maybe the person that works there will know what to do. So I went there. It was a woman. So I remember when we watched one of the Ransom Heart videos, Alan talked about how he tried to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. And there was this older lady that knew exactly what to do. So I'm like, well, God's about to teach me something. It'll be a funny story. Yeah, that was not the case. She had no clue. She looked at me like I was crazy for even asking her. But she said, go back and talk to one of these men. So she knew what to do, even though I'm trying to, you know, do the whole posing thing. So go back in the aisle. All of a sudden, here's Larry the Cable Guy, whose name really was Alan. I found that out later. My wife shows up. She even says, just talk to him. It's like, why not? I said, I'm going to trust God. So I go to him, you know, hey, sir, I'm really trying to learn how to fish. I have no clue what I'm doing. Can you help me out? Man, that guy lit up like a Christmas tree. He was so excited. Little did I know he was the walking fishing manual as well. The guy knew everything. Started showing me pictures in his phone of, you know, here are my boys and I fishing. And we talked probably a good 30 minutes until it got to the point where my wife gave me the nudge, you know, you got to go home. But the way he did it was in such a way I didn't feel like I was less or anything, you know. He just was excited to teach. He even mentioned, this is what I love to do, teach younger men how to do this. Started talking about getting a little rod for my boy to fish with. So it was almost as if God knew why I wanted to do this. And I walked out of there, not being an expert. I probably still couldn't tell you how to fish, but I knew I had this tools, and I knew where to go to get it. And we went fishing, had a great time. And ever since then, that has happened repeatedly. I just trust God. I can now back up a trailer, even though it takes me 40 minutes to do it. and I'm growing. So just really want to encourage you, yeah, specifically younger guys, just to trust God and really go for it. And He'll show you how to do it.